You're listening to Fresh Air Community Radio, KFAI 90.3 FM Minneapolis, online at www.kfai.org. The following program contains material that might be considered objectionable. Listener discretion is advised.
Oh, I can't get enough of that sugar crisp.
Greetings and welcome to Rockula Radio Episode 7. In this episode, we're going to do a segment on New Wave Theater, the legendary Los Angeles TV show that featured numerous underground bands from the 80s. We're also going to do a segment on Brains and go back to the KFAI record vault. But first, let's get into some requests. First up, we've got Empress of Fur for my old pal Judy, and then some Elliott Smith for Deborah. This is episode 7 of Rockula Radio.
Darling
That was Speed Trials by Elliott Smith for my new friend Deborah, who I met at a party just the other day. Before that, we had Empress of Fur with How Does That Grab You for my old bandmate Judy. We were in a band together called Girl, and they were featured on episode 1 of Rockula Radio. I was becoming a VHS collector in the mid-90s when I was scrounging the bargain bin at Blockbuster, and I came across The Best of New Wave Theater Volume 1. This was a show that aired on a UHF station in Los Angeles from 1980 to 1983, but the tape was released in 1991. There were some bands that I knew, like Fear and 45 Grave, but there were more bands that I didn't know. You can find episodes online, and they are a gold mine of clips that represent what the LA underground scene looked like in the early 80s. Sometimes the quality of the audio isn't so great, so I looked for the album versions of these songs. However, the first song I'm going to play is from the actual broadcast because I think it's way better than the studio version. I'll be back on the other side of this set to tell you about the other artists, but first, let's hear from the Suburban Lawns.
We're here with one of LA's most exciting new music bands. Made a great impression with Gidget Goes to Hell and their recent national appearance on Saturday Night Live. I'm wearing this outfit to protect me from the sprinklers. Suburban Lawns, Janitor! Janitor.
Well, you can't beat my love, oh, darling, if you ain't got the style. Well, how am I gonna get some real car lover, drive a cool cat wild? I'm on the move, rolling right on down. I'm gonna get me a gal, go out on the town. Well, on the move, down the line. I'm gonna get me a girl, make some time. Can't keep up, can't get slow. So when I'm in the mood, I gotta go, gotta go. so high. I'm gonna get what you ain't got. Sit there so we don't want to be raw. She'll be cool and twice as gone. I'm gonna move, rolling right on down. I'm gonna get me a girl, go out on the town. Way here on the moon, down the line. I'm gonna get me a girl, make some time. Can't keep on, can't get slow. 'Cause when I'm in the mood, I gotta go, gotta go. When I'm in the mood, I gotta go, gotta go.
Shadows of the night.
Stalk the night.
That was The Unknowns with The Streets from their self-titled album, and The Blasters with Go 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 from Live at the Venue in London. Both songs were featured on the New Wave Theatre compilation. We started that set off with the incomparable Sue Tissue and the Suburban Lawns. I think the studio version is a bit more subdued, and I love the energy of the broadcast version. The band has found the perfect tempo for this song, and Sue Tissue's vocals are much more over the top. Okay, now it's time for a recurring segment called From the Vault. This is a segment where I play things I found in the KFAI record vault. They could be bands that I already knew, artists that I had no idea existed, and stuff I knew of but never heard. I made my choices based mostly on the cover, but a name or album title also might catch my eye. We're going to start off with a band I've loved since the mid-90s, and that band is Ed Hall. Ed Hall were from Austin, but they played Dallas many times, especially the Orbit Room. I'd never heard anything like them, and I liked everything about the band. That kind of band is special, where there's not one part of the band that you are ambivalent about. Ed Hall is in that category because I love the drums, guitar, bass, and vocals equally, although I'm particularly fond of the bass. I quickly became one of their biggest Dallas fans, and we would go get Thai food the next day after each gig. There were several albums in the vault, but the one I chose was Glory Hole. This was the first album where they had production value that truly complemented their sound. The song I chose off this album is called Buster Enamel. This song was recorded on a previous album called Love Spoken Here, and the title of the song was Buddha. The production was lacking on that version, but it was the first version I heard, so to me, the song will always be called Buddha. This is Ed Hall from the KFAI Vault. That was Hypno Love Wheel with What I Do. Now what I don't do is like this band. The album had a good cover and the band name was cool, but I thought the music was kind of bland. But that's okay because maybe someone heard this song and loved it. And now they have a new band to investigate. I don't have to like everything I play. Speaking of liking what I play, we started the set off with the legendary Ed Hall, which is another band I would highly recommend investigating. You're going to hear a lot more of Ed Hall in the future. After Ed Hall, we had Rich Kids on LSD with Scab on My Brain. This was a band that was in the category of bands I have heard of but never listened to. This song was from the 1987 album Rock and Roll Nightmare. I would have liked this back in the 80s if I had been exposed to it. It's pretty good, tight hardcore. Well, it's time to close the vault and move on. The last song had the word brain in the title, so I thought I would do a set of brain songs next. Let's keep the brain train going with Suicidal Tendencies.
brave children waiting to catch the stranger notions of that place. Now their evolutions, their brain mutations. The wider is the comprehension, the deeper and stronger is the illusion. There's no more material, since they're invisible. High pressure, it's a lead, erasure, identity. With their talk, they fill me. Now I walk so ready. Put in my head, hiding themselves. It hurts me so. It's a reaction. Put it instead, myself. I hate it so. It's a reaction. Creeping in your double mind, there is nothing they can find. You've lost all your energy, not able to set you free. They will argue just like me, just like me, just like me, just like me. High pressure, it's a thing, erasure, I am big. With their dog, they fill me. Now I walk so ready. Sometimes I feel their cold presence taking my mind. It's a rich gas. Sometimes my soul can reach a sense. This sin is mine. It's a rich gas. Don't ask him to give a break. You can't even close the gate. Passing through both hemispheres, searching in our memories, knowing what's inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me. Persevere, anxiety, elusive, synergy. I put it
That was Victim's Family with They Cut Out His Brain and Voivod with Brain Scan. Both of those bands belong in the aforementioned I like everything about this band category, and you will be hearing much more from both of them in future episodes. And we started out the set with Suicidal Tendencies and Trip at the Brain. I was actively listening to all three of these bands in the late 80s. Alright, I'm going to just play some random songs to take us out of episode 7. I gotta throw in one more Brain reference and play We Will Not by the Bad Brains. Next we'll have Jeepster by T-Rex, and we'll follow that with Gates of Steel by Devo. Then we'll end the show with Birds of Fire by the Mahavishnu Orchestra.
You're pleasing to behold. I call you Jaguar. vibration is so sweet. Your vibrations are burning up my feet. 'Cause you're my babe. Yes, you're my love. Oh, girl, I'm just a drifter for your love. I said, girl, I'm just a vampire for your love. And I'm gonna suck you.
can hear Rockula Radio on KFI Irregular Streaming FA2 every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. All you have to do is go to kfai.org and locate the Select Stream option next to the logo and make sure to click on the box that says FA2. This show will also be up in the archives for 2 weeks at kfai.org. This is episode 7 of Rockula Radio. Thanks for listening.